Yo, this is Ask Jason Lee. You got questions, I got answers. Let's go. All right, I've taken some time away because I've been on a nationwide book tour, but I'm back now, and I'm so thankful that I've come back to a lot of questions from you. You know, I created this show so that way people can have direct access to me and get information they may not be able to find anywhere else. So earlier, I posted something on Instagram asking you to submit your questions so that way I could give you the answers. So let's just jump right into it. So the first question comes from @ShotBySham. What was your highlight moment of 2020? Well, 2020 is just getting started. I think my highlight moment so far, of course, is being able to launch my first book. I never thought that I would be an author, although I thought that I would be somebody that would do great things. And I think Hollywood Unlocked has been fun, and it still is fun. But, you know, creating my book has been, I think, the start of creating my own personal journey at living in my purpose. A lot of people think that my purpose on earth is just to spill the tea or to wreck homes or to up people's shit. But really, honestly, that's it's just a passion of mine. No, but a business as a tech entrepreneur and creating Hollywood Unlocked to be able to create engaging content for fans all over the world is something that would allow me to create an audience. Now that I've created a national audience with my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my Facebook, the website, HollywoodUnlocked.com, which by the way is brand new and looks amazing, has also led me to a nationally syndicated show and now into the homes and cars of millions of people all across the country. With that platform, I knew it was time to launch my first book, God Must Have Forgotten About Me, to share my personal journey of where I've come as an individual from foster care and living in the hood and making it out the hood and being able to follow and pursue my dreams. And so I think if I had to reflect back on a very short beginning of the first quarter of the new decade, I would have to say launching my first book is so far my proudest moment. Question number 2 comes from Monizali1. Are you enjoying this new celebrity? Do you feel like you can be yourself or no? Not anymore. Well, I don't consider myself a celebrity and would never try to consider myself a celebrity. In fact, I don't want to be a celebrity. What I want is influence. And what I'm doing right now is exactly that. I'm able to reach millions of people across the internet on a daily basis or anytime I really want. So I don't really see myself as a celebrity. I do see myself as somebody who is a public figure, who is recognizable. And because I'm recognizable, yeah, there's things that I don't do the same anymore. I move differently. I surround myself by less people. I mean, I'm enjoying that people actually care about what I have to say. You know, really quick, I'm just gonna put this out there because I haven't told anybody yet. But last week, we were in New York for Fashion Week. And I went there with one thing in mind, to find Rihanna. I don't know where I thought I was gonna find her because she didn't call me and she never invites me anywhere. But I did stumble upon her and we were able to spend some time. And the thing that I love about meeting Rihanna, every single time I've met her, she's consistently been the same. And I love that she sees me for the person that I am. And the reason why I share that story is because I think people see me as the public figure, or they see me as the person on TV, or they see me as the person spilling the tea, or the person on the radio show talking crazy. But I like now that people are reading my book and getting to see me as the person. So I don't feel like I'm a celebrity, and I don't consider myself that way, but I do feel like my life is changing in the sense of having more influence and therefore having more responsibility. All right, question number 3 comes from Tay Wei. What was one of the biggest lessons you learned when starting Hollywood Unlocked? Well, I'll tell you a lesson that I learned at the end of 2019, and that's that everybody's not your friend. I mean, I already knew that conceptually, that everybody's not your friend, and I think I did the work at compartmentalizing all of my relationships. However, at the end of 2019, I believe that there were some celebrities, and I ain't gonna say no names because I ain't trying to create no smoke, but there were some people that I felt got close to me because of Hollywood Unlocked, and I felt in many ways, you know, tried to be cool with me so that way there would be neutrality when it came to reporting on them. And I just had to really remind myself that I am Hollywood Unlocked. As much as I see myself being separate, I am Hollywood Unlocked because I own the platform and I have a responsibility to stay true to myself and to the people that support my platform, all of you. And so what I've learned is to just take a step back from everybody at this point and really evaluate the relationships for what they are. And, you know, there are relationships where we use one another and I'm fine with that. But in terms of considering somebody an actual friend, I'm being very, very much smarter than I was last year and even the year before. Question number 4 comes from Mish the Realist. Do you still feel like you're ready for retirement? You mentioned it a few months ago. How comfortable do you want to be financially to do so? Once you do retire, would you start a new kind of work like Kobe did after basketball? Wow, that's a deep question. Okay, let me first start by saying I did mention a few times that I'm ready for retirement. And my team knows as hard as I love to work and as much as I love work, I am ready to retire. I'm not going to retire. I'm not going away. I'm just getting started. But in terms of like where I see myself in the next 5 to 7 years, I do see within the next 5 to 7 years selling Hollywood Unlocked and then moving on and doing other things. Of course, I have philanthropic goals. Of course, I want to get into investment. Of course, I want to continue to explore tech. And there's things and aspirations I have outside of Hollywood Unlocked, as everybody should. I mean, if you have something that you're doing right now, even if it's just creating birds out of paper mache, you need to be figuring out what else you want to do beyond that after you're done with that. I don't see myself being 75 years old and spilling the tea. That's just not something that I want to do. But I'm not going to retire right now. But is retirement something that I want to do? Absolutely, because I want to travel the world. And who knows, maybe I'll create a travel show and get paid to go to exotic places. So I do want to retire at some point. Financial stability is not really something that I think about because of my goals and my exit plan for my business will sell in the high 9 figures. And so that's my goal. And I'm doing everything I need to do now to be able to line the company up for that. And I don't think people know that Hollywood Unlocked is tech. It's a .com, right? And so I just recently invested in getting HollywoodUnlocked.com. Our URL before was thehollywoodunlocked.com. I tried to purchase this URL in 2013. That means I've had 7 years of pursuing this URL in order to really upgrade the visibility and the viability of my brand. So 7 years later, here I am now owning HollywoodUnlocked.com. The website is completely brand new now. So I've created an entirely upgraded IP and invested in the proper URL for us to be able to start securing all the things that we need in order for the company to be worth the 9 figures that I want. But yeah, retirement, yeah, that's definitely in the plan. The day I started this business, I had an exit plan. So everything that you should be planning, especially if you're looking in the business of tech, you should be looking for an exit right when you start. The next question comes from Faith Love Steph X. What legacy do you want to leave behind? How do you want to be remembered? This is a tough question because I don't live my life every day wondering about what my legacy is going to be and what everybody's going to think about me, because I've learned from a very young age that the opinions of others don't always matter. Of course, I want people to respect what I've built. I want people to remember me as somebody who was great at what he does, but whether they choose to or not, I have no control over that. I'm just literally doing the work. But I will say I do want to be revered as one of the best voices in pop culture. I do want to be remembered as somebody who, rose out of the dirt and created his own lane and his own brand and ran his race as fast as he could and became successful and the most successful at it. And I do want to continue to build a community of influence where we can do the things that I'm passionate about, like helping the community, like being able to help support LGBT rights for young people and anti-bullying campaigns around young people who are bullied for being gay. I want to continue to be a trailblazer in media. And for those who are Black journalists who feel like they are not necessarily heard or seen on the carpet or in rooms that they find themselves in, I want to be able to continue to be the person that sheds light on opportunities where we can become more accepted and more leaders in the world of media that we live in today. Question number 6 comes from @keto.steph1. Who is the worst shady celebrity you've met and why? How do you remain cordial at events? Okay, this is a real story. I've told this on my show before, but I'm gonna just tell you because you asked for it. But the shadiest celebrity that I've ever met was Lauryn Hill. And this was crazy because Ready or Not, Here I Come. Fugees and Lauryn Hill were like everything to me growing up, right? And I remember when I came to LA, there was a Black Oscars dinner party. And I wasn't Hollywood Unlocked then. I was just Jason from Stockton who came to LA. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. But I remember going to this event and everybody was there. Tyrese was there. Brandy was there. There was a lot of people there. But anyhow, I saw Lauryn Hill. I was in a conversation with Gayle King and Quincy Jones. And I was just talking to them as just shooting the shit. And Lauryn Hill walks in and I go, oh my God, there goes Lauryn Hill. So I go over to say hello to her and I reached out my hand to grab her hand and to shake her hand. And she jumped back and it scared the shit out of me because I was like, what the hell are you jumping back for? But she jumped back and then she pulled her hand back and she looked at the ground and she said, You will not refer to me as Lauren. You will call me Miss Hill and I don't shake hands. And then she walked away. I was like, this bitch. And Gail heard me and Gail said, oh, baby, it's going to be all right. Just, pray for her, whatever. But I was surprised at how she behaved. I've never seen Lauryn Hill. Actually, I did see Lauryn Hill a couple years later. Claudia Jordan hosted a New Year's Eve party in some city, some state, I can't remember, Chicago or somewhere, but I went there and Lauren was there. And I remember not wanting to approach her because I was so disappointed. And I hate when you like somebody who's famous and then you meet them and they just don't live up to what you expect of them. And I don't expect them to do cartwheels, but I mean, like, damn, did you have to jump back in your good cocktail dress? You could have fell down and bumped your head and it would have been a whole different sister act and y'all would have blamed me. Because I always get blamed for everything. I'm just doing the Lord's work. Question number 7 comes from Scare D Hair. What do you wish people knew or understood about you? Well, I wish they understood everything that's in my new book. And that's just no shade, for real. Because I feel like people, once they read the book, though, be able to understand me and watch me and listen to me with context. Again, although I don't care about changing anyone's perspective on me, I wish people would take the time to learn more about me and see past some of my antics so that way they can have a fully rounded understanding of who I am as a person. I think a lot of times I'm misunderstood, but I also think a lot of times I've created that because I have created a brand that is driven by controversy, sometimes conflict, and I like to create conversations. And sometimes I say a lot of the things that I think that you're not supposed to say out loud, or I do things or move in a way that's non-conventional. But hey, that's what makes me special. That's what makes the people that actually support me tune in every week to my show. That's what makes people go to our Instagram. That's what has made me successful, being able to be transparent and honest and open and engaging with my audience. I just wish that there would be more people at a much more faster pace that would really tune in to really understand me as a person. But the flip side of that is, it. If you're not going to understand who I am, just take what I give you and run with it. All right, so listen, that's it for this episode, but we have a new partner named Yappa that I'm so excited about. I am now their conversation partner. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to tell you. Head over to HollywoodUnlocked.com, right here, HollywoodUnlocked.com. Click the search engine to find this episode and make sure you register for Yappa and then send me your video question that you want me to answer, and I might just put you here.